Imagine waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and realizing that the spark you once had, the steady energy, the drive, the confidence, has quietly faded over the years. You eat well, try to stay active, maybe even take a few supplements, yet something still feels off. You're not sick, but you're not thriving either. For men and women in their 60s and 70s, that in-between feeling isn't just age. It's often a hidden deficiency that slowly drains vitality from the inside out. Now, here's the question I ask every senior patient who sits across from me. When was the last time you truly checked what your body is missing, not just what it's surviving on? Most people assume that if their annual blood work looks normal, everything's fine. But what if normal isn't optimal? What if your body is silently running on low battery mode, and no one told you? After 60, the body's ability to absorb and utilize key nutrients declines sharply. It's not just digestion slowing down, it's cellular efficiency, liver conversion, and even the brain's nutrient signaling pathways. This means that even if you eat the same foods you did 20 years ago, your cells may only be getting a fraction of the nourishment they once did. That's why so many seniors report feeling off without understanding why. Fatigue, weaker muscles, low mood, poor concentration, slower recovery, and yes, even a noticeable dip in circulation and male vitality. Doctors who specialize in senior health and metabolism have known this for years. The problem isn't always what you're eating, it's what your body can no longer extract from that food. Think about this. Every heartbeat, every thought, every movement depends on microscopic reactions fueled by vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. When those nutrients aren't delivered efficiently, the system slows down. The result? The body prioritizes survival, not performance. And that's exactly when men start noticing changes in energy, strength, and drive. You might wonder, why does this happen so suddenly after 60? It's because your stomach produces less acid, your pancreas secretes fewer enzymes, and your gut lining becomes less efficient. That perfect storm means certain vitamins, especially the ones responsible for blood flow, nerve communication, and hormone signaling, barely reach the bloodstream. It's like filling a gas tank with a clogged nozzle. No matter how much you pour in, only a trickle gets through. And here's where it gets interesting. Research from several U.S. universities has shown that men over 60 are often deficient in specific water-soluble vitamins linked directly to nitric oxide production, oxygen delivery, and healthy circulation. These nutrients don't just support heart health, they're crucial for maintaining confidence and performance in areas men rarely talk about openly. So when a senior says, "I just don't feel like myself anymore," it's not in their head, it's in their blood chemistry. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever noticed how two men of the same age can live completely different levels of energy? One vibrant, walking every morning, sharp-minded, and the other constantly tired, disengaged, and sluggish? The difference isn't luck, it's cellular nourishment. The more efficiently your cells convert food and oxygen into usable energy, the more alive you feel. And that efficiency depends on vitamins your body once made good use of but now struggles to process. Most seniors think decline is inevitable. But it's not. What's inevitable is nutrient loss, unless you actively compensate for it. This is what I call the hidden deficiency trap. It doesn't show up overnight. It builds quietly, year by year, until one day you realize that your body isn't responding the way it used to. Your workouts feel harder, your recovery takes longer, your mood fluctuates more, and your motivation fades. But here's what few people understand. These symptoms aren't random, they're biochemical signals. They're your body's way of saying, "I'm missing the fuel that makes life feel good." When key nutrients like certain B-complex vitamins, vitamin D, magnesium, or antioxidants drop below optimal levels, it affects everything from blood flow to brain clarity. These are the foundations of senior wellness, yet they're often ignored in mainstream checkups. So the real question isn't, how do I slow down aging? The question is, how do I stop my body from starving for nutrients even while I'm eating well? Because once you fix that, everything else starts improving: circulation, energy, mood, and even hormone balance. Think about how many seniors take multiple prescriptions daily, each one addressing a symptom rather than the cause. Fatigue. There's a pill for that. Low mood. Another pill. Weakness. Another. But underneath all of it, the root cause may be as simple as your cells not getting the raw materials they need to do their job. When that happens, your body compensates by slowing down less important functions, like muscle recovery, libido, and stamina, to conserve energy for survival. That's why men often notice vitality slipping before they see any major medical warning signs. And yet, most of these declines can be reversed when you restore what's missing. The human body has an incredible ability to heal and regenerate, even in the 70s and 80s, when given the right support. But the key is identifying that missing link, that silent deficiency draining your energy every day. This is why modern senior health research is turning its focus toward micronutrient therapy and targeted vitamin replenishment. When your nutrient balance is restored, something powerful happens. Your metabolism reignites, blood vessels regain elasticity, and your body starts producing vital molecules, like nitric oxide, that enhance oxygen flow to every organ, including the brain and reproductive system. This isn't a miracle. It's biochemistry working the way it was meant to. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "I guess this is just what aging feels like," stop and ask yourself, is it aging, or am I running on empty? The truth is, most seniors aren't truly old. They're undernourished at the cellular level. Their hearts, brains, and muscles are capable of much more than they realize, but they're missing the spark that turns potential into power. In senior wellness seminars across the country, I often see the same realization on people's faces when they understand this concept. They realize it's not about reversing time, it's about restoring function. It's about giving your cells the one thing they've been deprived of, efficient nutrition that actually reaches them. That's the foundation of healthy aging, the cornerstone of male vitality, and the real key to regaining your energy after 60. The body is always communicating with you. It whispers through fatigue, speaks through loss of strength, and sometimes shouts through frustration. The goal isn't to silence those signals with medication, it's to understand what they're trying to tell you. And in most cases, they're saying, "Feed me the nutrients I can no longer make or absorb efficiently." The power of senior health isn't in finding new treatments, it's in rediscovering what your body was designed to do naturally when it's properly fueled. The hidden deficiency after 60 is the silent reason so many people feel like their best years are behind them when, in truth, they're just a few missing nutrients away from feeling alive again. Imagine for a moment that your body is like an engine that's been running for decades, reliable, strong, and built to last. But over time, the parts start to move a little slower, the fuel burns less efficiently, and performance declines, not because the engine is broken, but because it's been running without the optimal fuel it was designed for. Now, imagine discovering that adding just one missing ingredient, a single water-soluble vitamin, to your daily routine could help that engine hum again, stronger, smoother, and more alive than it has in years. That's what I call the vitamin comeback effect, and for many seniors, it's nothing short of transformative. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt true, lasting energy? Not from caffeine, not from sugar, but from deep within your body? The kind of energy that makes you want to get up early, take a walk, engage in life again, feel sharp, present, confident? For many men and women over 60, that feeling seems like a distant memory. But the truth is, it's not gone, it's just dormant, waiting for your body to have what it needs to bring it back. The vitamin I'm talking about isn't exotic or expensive. It's not a prescription. It's something your body has always needed but has struggled to use effectively as you age. This water-soluble compound plays a key role in energy metabolism, blood circulation, and hormone signaling. When you dissolve it in water, it gets absorbed quickly, restoring pathways that have been slowing down for years without you realizing it. Within weeks, many seniors notice stronger blood flow, improved focus, deeper sleep, and even a revival of male vitality that they thought was lost forever. Why does this happen? Because after the age of 60, your cells lose their efficiency at producing energy molecules like ATP. The mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses of your cells, start to weaken, in part due to declining vitamin absorption and oxidative stress. When this particular nutrient re-enters your system in a bioavailable form, it doesn't just support your heart or brain, it reactivates your circulation, sending oxygen-rich blood throughout your body. The result isn't just better physical performance, it's mental clarity, emotional stability, and renewed confidence. Have you ever noticed how some seniors seem to glow with vitality even in their 70s or 80s? They walk taller, their eyes are brighter, their voices have strength. That's not luck, it's physiology. Their bodies are producing enough cellular energy to sustain every system, from the brain to the muscles to the reproductive organs. When you restore your body's nutrient balance, you're not only improving longevity, you're reigniting life itself. And here's the fascinating part. This vitamin doesn't act like a stimulant. It doesn't force energy. Instead, it repairs the systems that naturally produce energy. That means there's no crash, no jittery feeling, no strain on the heart. What you get instead is stability, steady circulation, sharper memory, smoother movement, and stronger vitality. This is why so many senior health experts now recommend water-soluble vitamin therapy as a foundation for men's health after 60. Let's get real for a second. How often have you blamed your age for feeling tired, sluggish, or less interested in intimacy? It's easy to say, well, that's just what getting older feels like. But that's not the full story. Aging doesn't cause energy loss. Nutrient deficiency does. When your circulation improves, when oxygen starts reaching your muscles and brain again, when your cells start communicating properly, everything changes. You don't just feel younger, you perform younger. One of the most common things I hear from seniors after trying this vitamin addition is, it feels like someone turned the lights back on. That's because it literally increases oxygen delivery and blood vessel flexibility. It supports nitric oxide production, a critical molecule that allows your arteries to relax and widen. This means better blood flow to the heart, the brain, and yes, to areas of the body where many men experience a loss of function with age. That's why so many call it a comeback. It's not a miracle, it's restoration. Think about how important circulation is. Every organ depends on it. The heart, brain, muscles, skin, even your eyes, all rely on steady blood flow. But when circulation slows down, it doesn't just affect your energy, it impacts your vitality, your confidence, and even your sense of self. When you add a key water-soluble vitamin that supports healthy vascular function, you're giving your body permission to operate the way it used to. Your hands feel warmer, your head feels clearer, your movements feel lighter, and you start engaging with life again instead of just getting through it. What if the difference between fatigue and fulfillment, between weakness and strength, is just one missing nutrient? That's not wishful thinking, it's clinical reality. Studies from several major research centers show that restoring vitamin levels in older adults can dramatically improve blood circulation, oxygen uptake, and hormonal balance. These are the exact foundations of male vitality, stamina, and senior wellness. The fascinating part is how fast the body responds when it's given the right support. Within days, cells begin to generate more energy, muscles recover faster, and mood starts to stabilize. Within weeks, blood pressure normalizes, sleep improves, and mental focus sharpens. This isn't about turning back time, it's about giving your body the tools to function as it was always meant to. Now, imagine the ripple effect of that. More circulation means more oxygen to your heart, more clarity in your brain, more responsiveness in your body. Suddenly, your walks feel easier, your workouts feel stronger, and your mornings feel brighter. You begin to see the small but powerful signs of renewal: warm hands, steady energy, better mood, and a growing sense of vitality you thought had faded. And there's another layer most people don't realize. When circulation improves and hormones begin to rebalance naturally, it impacts confidence, physically, emotionally, even psychologically. You start to carry yourself differently. You engage more in conversations, you laugh more, you think clearer. It's not vanity, it's biology. Your body and mind are reconnected through the flow of oxygen and nutrients that this vitamin helps restore. For men, this can mean a significant comeback in areas that define masculinity: strength, performance, and endurance. But for women too, improved circulation and cellular energy bring balance, stability, and vibrance back into daily life. That's why I call it the vitamin comeback effect. It gives back what age slowly took away, one glass of water at a time. Have you ever wondered why doctors who specialize in longevity and senior vitality emphasize absorption over supplementation? Because what matters isn't how much you take, it's how much your body can use. Water-soluble vitamins are powerful because they bypass many of the barriers that come with aging digestion. They dissolve quickly, move through your system efficiently, and deliver nourishment right where it's needed most: your cells. Picture yourself pouring a clear, nutrient-rich liquid into a dry sponge. The sponge instantly comes to life, expanding, softening, regaining flexibility. That's exactly how your body reacts at the cellular level when you restore vitamin balance. Muscles loosen, circulation improves, oxygen flows freely, and your inner systems begin working in harmony again. And isn't that what true senior health is about? not just living longer, but living better, stronger, and with purpose? When you understand how one missing vitamin can create a chain reaction throughout the entire body, you realize aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean renewal, provided you give your body what it needs to make that comeback. So the next time you pour a glass of water, think of it not just as hydration but as an opportunity. A chance to recharge your cells, restore your circulation, revive your energy, and reclaim the confidence that's been quietly waiting beneath the surface. Because your body never forgets how to thrive, it just needs a reminder. And sometimes, that reminder comes in the simplest, most overlooked form: a vitamin that brings your manhood, your vitality, and your spark back to life, one sip at a time. Think about this for a moment. What if the secret to staying strong, sharp, and full of life after 60 wasn't about chasing new treatments, but about renewing what your body already knows how to do? Every heartbeat, every breath, every spark of energy comes from your cells, the living engines that keep you alive. And those cells are powered, protected, and repaired by nutrients. The problem is, as we age, those repair systems start to slow. But when the right vitamin enters the picture, the one that restores balance at a cellular level, it's like flipping the switch back on. This is what I call cellular renewal for senior strength, and it's one of the most remarkable transformations you can experience at any age. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt your body working for you, not against you? So many seniors tell me they feel like their body has started fighting them. Fatigue sets in, recovery takes longer, the mind feels foggy, and confidence fades. But here's the truth. Your body isn't failing, it's protecting itself. When your cells stop getting enough nutrients to repair and regenerate, they go into survival mode. They conserve energy, shut down non-essential processes, and limit hormone production. The result? You start to feel weaker, slower, older. But it's not permanent. It's reversible when you give your cells what they need to thrive again. Inside every cell are mitochondria, the energy factories. They turn nutrients into power, but only if they have the right tools. As we get older, those mitochondria start to struggle, especially when vitamin and mineral levels decline. That's why senior health experts across the country emphasize micronutrient restoration as the foundation of healthy aging. When you restore those nutrients, you restore power. It's not about magic, it's biology. And one of the most fascinating things we've learned about this process is how it ties directly to hormone balance and blood vessel flexibility. Healthy circulation and hormonal stability are two of the biggest factors behind vitality, stamina, and brain clarity in men over 60. When you nourish your cells with the right water-soluble vitamins, antioxidants, and cofactors, you give your body the ability to regulate hormones naturally, reduce inflammation, and keep your arteries supple and responsive. The result? Better oxygen delivery, improved muscle strength, mental clarity, and yes, revived male vitality. Have you ever wondered why some men in their 70s still look and feel like they're in their 50s? It's not luck, and it's not genetics alone, it's cellular health. Their bodies haven't forgotten how to generate strength and vitality. They've simply been supporting the systems that control it: nutrient absorption, circulation, and hormone regulation. When those three are in balance, everything else, energy, confidence, and performance, follows naturally. Let's talk about that word, flexibility. We usually think of flexibility as something physical, like stretching or movement. But inside your arteries, flexibility means life. When blood vessels can expand and contract easily, blood flows freely, oxygen reaches every organ, and your body feels alive. But when they stiffen, circulation weakens, energy drops, and the systems that depend on strong blood flow, like the brain, heart, and reproductive organs, start to struggle. That's why cellular renewal is so important. The right vitamin doesn't just feed your cells, it supports the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that helps your arteries relax and carry oxygen efficiently. And that means more energy, sharper focus, and better vitality. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how your motivation changes when your body feels good? When your circulation is strong, your mind is clear, and your confidence rises, everything in life starts to align again. You walk taller, you think sharper, you sleep deeper. That's not a coincidence. It's the chemistry of renewal. It's what happens when your cells finally have the nutrients they've been craving for years. Many seniors assume that fatigue, poor memory, or loss of vitality are just normal signs of aging. But the truth is, these are signs of cellular slowdown, not aging itself. Your body is capable of generating energy, building muscle, maintaining balance, and even producing hormones long into your 70s and 80s, if you give it what it needs. And that begins with restoring the vitamins and minerals that fuel your mitochondria, protect your arteries, and stabilize your endocrine system. Science has shown that certain nutrients can actually influence the expression of genes related to longevity and repair. That means you're not just helping your body function better, you're literally telling your cells to rejuvenate, to stay active, to fight back against time. And when that process begins, you feel it everywhere. Your posture improves, your energy returns, your confidence grows. What's truly exciting is how quickly this renewal can happen. Within a few weeks of consistent vitamin replenishment, most seniors report better sleep, brighter mood, and stronger stamina. Within a few months, blood circulation improves, mental fog lifts, and performance, both physical and emotional, returns. It's as if your body remembers what it's supposed to do, and starts doing it again. That's the power of nutrient-driven recovery. And here's something few people realize. The same cellular mechanisms that restore strength and circulation also protect your brain. The brain is one of the most energy-demanding organs in your body, consuming about 20% of your oxygen supply. When circulation improves, when your arteries regain flexibility, the brain starts receiving more oxygen and nutrients. Seniors often describe the result as waking up. Suddenly, thoughts come faster, focus deepens, and memory feels sharper. It's all connected: circulation, hormones, brain health, and vitality. So let's ask one more important question. If your body still has the potential to feel strong, confident, and alive, what's stopping you from giving it that chance? The biggest barrier for most people isn't age, it's inaction. It's the belief that decline is inevitable. But decline only happens when you stop feeding your cells the way they need to be fed. When you take control, when you reintroduce the nutrients your body's been missing, you give yourself permission to thrive again. Every senior I've ever worked with who embraced cellular renewal has said the same thing: I wish I had done this sooner. Because they realize how much time they spent accepting symptoms that weren't aging at all, they were deficiency. When you fix that, your body rewards you with more than just energy, it gives you purpose again. The human body is resilient. It's built to heal, adapt, and restore. Even after decades of wear, it responds almost immediately when you start feeding it correctly. That's why adding a specific vitamin to your water each day can do more than hydrate you. It can transform you. It gives your cells the power to repair, your arteries the strength to stay flexible, and your hormones the stability to bring back vitality. So here's my challenge to you. Don't accept weakness as your new normal. Don't let fatigue or low energy define your later years. Your body is not done, it's waiting. It's waiting for you to give it the tools it needs to thrive. Start today. Rebuild your circulation. Support your hormones. Feed your cells what they've been missing. You don't need to turn back time, you just need to remind your body how powerful it still is. Because no matter your age, you can still feel alive, strong, and full of purpose. You can still wake up each morning with energy, clarity, and confidence. Your comeback story isn't in the past, it's waiting in your next choice. Take it seriously. Give your body what it's been asking for. Start that renewal now, one glass of water, one vitamin, one new day of strength at a time.